If you ask people what the hardest part of any great achievement is, they will usually tell you it's the final stretch. They talk about the exhaustion of the climb, the discipline required to cross the finish line, and the willpower needed to push through the hardest days. But that is a lie. The heaviest, most intimidating obstacle in the entire universe isn't a mountain. It's a blank canvas. It is an empty document with a blinking cursor. It is an empty piece of land waiting for a foundation. We talk endlessly about how to keep going, but nobody talks about the absolute, suffocating paralysis of the very first step. Today, we need to talk about why starting is the most terrifying thing you will ever do, and how to finally break the spell. Why do we freeze? Why do we spend weeks, months, or even years talking about the business we want to start, the channel we want to launch, or the art we want to make, while taking absolutely zero physical action toward it? We freeze because right now, as long as the idea stays entirely inside your head, it is perfect. In your imagination, your project has no flaws. It has no critics. It hasn't failed yet. As long as you don't build it, it remains pure, infinite potential. The moment you place that very first block into the real world, you are killing the fantasy. You are forcing your perfect, idealized dream to take a physical shape, and physical reality is messy, flawed, and difficult. We aren't actually afraid of the work. We are terrified of ruining the perfect potential of our own ideas. Because we are so afraid of ruining the idea, we invent a brilliant, highly deceptive coping mechanism. We call it preparation. We convince ourselves that we can't start yet because the conditions aren't right. You tell yourself, I'll start making videos when I can afford a better camera. I'll start writing the book when I have more free time. I'll start working out when I find the perfect routine. You spend 80 hours researching the absolute best software, the best gear, and the perfect strategy. But let me be completely honest with you. Preparation is just a sophisticated mask for procrastination. You are trying to buy certainty in a process that guarantees none. You are trying to guarantee that your first attempt will be a masterpiece. But waiting for perfect conditions is like waiting for every single traffic light in the city to turn green before you leave your driveway. You will sit and park forever. And here is the most painful, unavoidable reality that you have to accept. When you finally do start, you are going to be bad at it. There is a concept known as the taste gap. When you decide to start a creative project or a new venture, it's because you have great taste. You know what a good video looks like. You know what a good business looks like. But your skills are currently at zero. So, the first thing you make is going to be terrible. And because your taste is so good, you will know that it is terrible. That disconnect is physically uncomfortable. It makes you want to delete everything, hide in your room, and never try again. We are so obsessed with looking competent that we refuse to be beginners. But nobody gets to skip the line. You have to earn your competence by being willing to look foolish. You have to be willing to build a really ugly dirt hut before you can build a castle. So, how do you break the paralysis? How do you overcome the crushing weight of the starting line? You have to radically lower the stakes. You have to give yourself explicit permission to make garbage. Stop trying to build a masterpiece on day one. Your only goal right now is motion. Just place one block, write one terrible sentence. Record one awful video that nobody will ever see. Strip away all the expectations of success, wealth, or admiration, and just force your hands to move. Action does not require motivation, and it does not require perfection. It just requires you to stop thinking and start doing. The hardest part isn't the heavy lifting. The hardest part is simply picking the weight up off the floor for the very first time. Once the object is in motion, momentum takes over. But you have to be the one to give it that first, messy, imperfect push. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It isn't coming. The blank canvas is waiting for you to ruin it. Go make something terrible today so you can make something beautiful tomorrow. Subscribe for more life lessons and see you in the next one.